Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us at 7. I'm Tracey McCain.
And I'm Nicole Nalepa, and you are waxing on with Eyewitness News on the Wax. We have a lot to get to, but first we do want to bring in meteorologist Scot Haney, who's making a rare appearance here on the Wax.
Yes.
It's not even 9 o'clock yet.
I know.
Hello.
Jill Gilardi has the day off today and tomorrow.
She's waxing off.
She's waxing off.
While you're waxing
I'm waxing on. Let's take you to this evening. It looks like a pretty good game for the Yard Goats. 55 for the first pitch, 50 for the ninth inning. Those are pretty comfortable temperatures. I would suggest a light jacket, but we should be under partly cloudy skies. The rain from earlier this morning has moved out. You can see we had a pretty good amount of rain making its way through, but as you can see from First Alert Futurecast, 1 o'clock, we start to see some breaks in the action. So we are expecting some partial sunshine during the day today. Now, here comes those isolated scattered nuisance showers. This is 5 p.m. This is 8 o'clock tonight. There could even be a rumble of thunder. Then tonight we go over to the partly cloudy skies. And tomorrow looks like a pretty good day with partly to mostly cloudy skies. But it's going to be chilly and it's going to be windy tomorrow. So for the rest of today, we're talking about inland temperatures right around 62. There's that isolated shower opportunity at 5 p.m. And as we take a look at your 3-day forecast, sun and clouds tomorrow, windy and cooler. And then Thursday, the temperatures start marching back up with mostly sunny skies. So not a bad looking 7-day forecast. I'll have your extended outlook coming up in just a bit. In the meantime, Nicole, take it away.
All right. Thanks, Scott. Right now, your drive times are looking really, really good. Not a whole lot to talk about. About an hour and a half it'll take you to get from New Haven to the George Washington Bridge on 95. So it's really starting to move along there and pick up, if you want to call it that. Waterbury to Hartford, Hartford to New Haven. It's all looking good. This is the condition, I believe. Oh, 91, just north of the 95 interchange. There we go. Hello, New Haven. Elm City waking up this morning with us. Cheshire 84 westbound, just west of exit 26. And then here we are right by the Broad Street on-ramp on 84 eastbound, where some traffic is picking up there. But again, you know, we are just looking good. No crashes to report. All the overnight construction is gone. There may be some daytime construction, and once those cones are put down, I'll let you know where. That's your Connecticut Chevy First Alert traffic report driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers. All right, now let's talk UConn, because UConn's very own Paige Bueckers just made history again, this time as the 6th Husky to be the #1 pick in the WNBA draft last night.
Yeah, Bueckers is now heading to Texas to play for the Dallas Wings. Your reporter Marcy Jones is live in studio with more on the draft and what happens next.
Guys, I'm so glad we're talking about UConn because I feel like they never really make the news.
Yeah, no, I haven't talked about them in weeks.
I love all the UConn news. All right, even though the WNBA draft was just last night, we are just about a few weeks away from Paige Bueckers' very first game as a pro player against the Minnesota Lynx. It's such an exciting time for women in sports. Channel 3's sports reporter Mark Robbins was there last night and has all the draft latest.
What a night for Paige Bueckers. It has been quite the ride, from the orange carpet to the pictures to the promotions to the pick, and now she's a true pro.
For this moment to be here and it actually happened, it's nerve-wracking. You just have a level of excitement, nervousness, bittersweet feeling knowing that my journey at UConn's over, but excited for the next one to begin. So excited to start that new chapter and be in a new city, explore that, and give everything I have to the Wings organization. I know we're gonna do great things, and it's a fresh start, and I think we're all ready to do something special.
Paige Bueckers, a member of the Dallas Wings. It'll take a little while to get used to, but UConn fans will get a chance to see her in person on May 27th when Dallas comes to play Connecticut at Mohegan Sun Arena. At the WNBA draft in New York City, Mark Robbins, Channel 3, Eyewitness Sports.
Now, Mark mentioned the May 27th game against the Connecticut Sun. Here are some other key games to mark down on your calendar. May 16th, Paige Bueckers' first game as a pro. She'll face UConn teammate Aubrey Griffin and the Minnesota Lynx. On June 27th, Paige will face Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. It's a matchup of the last 2 #1 picks. And how about a matchup of the last 2 UConn superstars taken #1 in the draft? July 28th, Paige faces Breanna Stewart and the New York Liberty. Guys?
All right, thanks, Mars. And now we turn to some other national news where we're learning that seniors within President Trump's cabinet disagree about the ongoing tariffs. According to CBS News, multiple disagreements over the tariff plans came to light before they were even announced. Leaders predicted that they would lead to an unstable economy. And one argument involved Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and trade advisor Peter Navarro. Navarro calls the reports of that argument fake news.
Tech giant NVIDIA just announced they'll start making some of their products in the United States for the first time. The company is building a 1 million square foot new manufacturing space in Arizona and Texas to build special computer chips and AI supercomputers. The company's founder says this will strengthen their supply chain and boost productivity. Also happening today, Senator Richard Blumenthal is expected to reprimand tariffs that he says will hurt a defense manufacturer in Brantford. Oxley supplies the defense, aerospace, and rail industries with advanced products. The company employs just over 40 people. Senator Blumenthal plans to speak from their plant on Business Park Drive at 10 this morning.
Today marks day 7 of the Jose Morales murder trial. He's charged in connection to the death of his girlfriend, Christine Holloway, and he also faces charges in connection to the disappearance of their young daughter. His defense team argues that certain evidence cannot be used because Morales had not been told that the investigation even started.
Well, right now, police are working to figure out how a toddler fell through a window in Hartford. Thankfully, the 3-year-old is okay. Police say the little girl fell through an open 3rd-floor window at a home on Park Street. We also have an update on a deadly crash in Hartford. You might remember we told you about this breaking news Monday morning. Police say the 67-year-old victim was in a wheelchair when she was hit on Broad Street right near the I-84 overpass. Police say the driver is cooperating. Well, today is tax day. If you're part of the nearly 50% of people who put off filing until the very last minute, then please set your alarm so you don't miss it this time.
Yeah, because you're going to be fined. Your reporter, Leah Red, is in New Haven now, right by one of the post office on Elm Street, breaking down what can happen if you do end up missing the deadline to file by mail or even online at midnight.
That's right. Many post offices and even tax experts expect that they're going to be busy with those last-minute filers. But I do want to turn your attention to this app I found. So it's called IRS To Go. It's in the App Store. Whether you're Samsung or Apple, you can go ahead and grab the app. So it's IRS To Go. It's the official app of the Internal Revenue Service. So it's just some quick and easy help. You can go to these links. They have direct file, the free file, and you can go straight there. So if you don't have a laptop or you can't get to an expert to help you file, you can go straight here to this app, and it offers just you some help. And also, here's some other helpful tips right now. First things first, gather your documents. You'll need to have all W-2s and earnings forms. Next, you have to figure out if you should itemize deductions. Most filers take the standard deduction. To some, that might sound complicated, but no worries. There's programs and people to help walk you through the steps. It's not too late to reach out to a local tax expert. In fact, most tax specialists prepare for late filers on tax day. And as we just heard Nicole say, many will be flocking to post offices and heading to mailboxes just like this one to go ahead and mail in their returns. But make sure that you do have it postmarked for April 15th. If you don't, they will be marked dead, and there will be penalties that you might face if it's not postmarked for April 15th. Your reporter in New Haven, Aaliyah Rad, Channel 3, Eyewitness News.
All right, everyone, there is a very special event coming up we need you to know about. The Denise DeCenzo Foundation Walk to Fight Rare Diseases is coming up on Saturday, April 26th. You can join us at Quinnipiac University to celebrate our good friend and former colleague Denise DeCenzo and support a great cause. Register now at thedenisefoundation.com.
All right, let's take a look at satellite and radar. We are showing some moderate to heavy rain pushing out of the state. There are a couple of stragglers still left in parts of northwest Connecticut. You might see a brief little shower up there, but not a big deal. So just grab an umbrella. By later on this afternoon, we do run the risk for another isolated shower, maybe even a brief thunderstorm late this afternoon through early this evening. Temperatures today, not bad. 60 is the normal high now. We're going to get into the mid to upper 60s in inland Connecticut and some upper 50s and low 60s along the shoreline today due to an onshore breeze. But all in all, not a bad day of weather. Not perfect, but not a bad day. Tomorrow is windy and cooler, so enjoy today's temperatures in the mid 60s with that isolated shower thunderstorm potential this afternoon through early this evening. The sun was up just about an hour ago, sets at 7:32. Your 7-day forecast is next. Ladies, take it away.